Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, world. Welcome to episode 61 of Ball Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jared, with my lovely host, Starkey. Starkey, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Folks, we have a great show tonight. A lot of things are going on right now in the world. We got NBA basketball starting this week. The historic Masters happened over the weekend. Transfer portal news left and right. And now I believe we are 16 days away from the NFL draft. So we have a little bit of draft news coming up. Mainly it's going to be basketball and transfer portal.
Yep.
And real fast before we get into the real heat of the show, Starkey, how does it feel to lose another series to Arkansas?
Not great.
It was a clean sweep this year.
Yep.
Beat you in football, swept you in basketball, and we didn't sweep you in baseball, but we won the series. And we got a kid from your back pocket. One of my drivers at work, his son is a 4-star athlete from South Panola. He ended up choosing the Razorbacks this weekend to go to school.
Yeah, which is crazy because I thought you told me y'all didn't even make his top 5.
No, we didn't make his top 4. Apparently, that was one of his. So I watched his his announcement video. Basically, he had pictures of every school and all that, and hats. He had to pick one up of Ole Miss. Ole Miss was the first one he threw it to the side. Picked up Bama, threw that one off to the side. Picked up Oregon, threw it off to the side. And everyone thought he was going to Louisville because apparently Louisville, I think, has offered him like playing time or something like that, like immediate playing time. Picked that one up, threw it away, and then him and his dad walked off. His dad came back in the room wearing nothing but Arkansas stuff, so it was one of those surprise ones. Yeah. Shout out to Julius Pope, my buddy, who's going to hook me up with some swag from what I've been told, so thank God.
There you go. Nice.
I needed some new stuff. But folks, let's jump into it. Before we jump into it, we have an ad read. Starkey, lots of tornadoes are coming through left and right.
Yeah, don't remind me.
And I got to make sure my house is structurally sound.
I think we all do.
Folks, whether you're getting ready to buy or sell your home, get with Mitchell James of Porch to Patio Home Inspecting for all your home inspecting needs to make sure your house will not get blown away or cave in on you during strong winds.
That's right.
When in doubt, folks, call Mitch. Always, right, Starkey?
Absolutely. Every single time.
Amen to that. So we've been supporting Mitch. Jumped ahead there, but we've been supporting Mitch. He's been supporting us. Really, I can't say we've been supporting him because we haven't really got much business for him. But he's been supporting us since episode 5. We love Mitch. We're here for it. Mitch, we're going to get you some business. But let's
everything we can.
We're going to try. Folks, and if you call Mitchell James, you can use code BDL15 for 15% off your first home inspection. Realtors who's looking for a sponsor, call Mitch. Let's jump into it right now. We have some transfer portal news. Looks like Memphis has made some traction over the weekend.
Yep.
They picked up a guy no one heard of, Jonathan Pierre.
Yeah. So G2 guy from I can't remember where exactly he's from.
Nova Southeastern in Florida.
Yes. So apparently he went off this year.
Yeah, he averaged 14 and 3, 14 rebounds or 14.3 rebounds. But they said his shooting is what sets him apart from everybody. They said he's got a pure stroke, lots of playmaking. I've watched a little bit of his game, but it's going to be tough to see how that transitions to high basketball.
Yeah.
And granted, Memphis is in the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten. They're in Conference USA, but hey, we do have a Final Four team. We have the NIT champions and the CBI championship. So we offer elite basketball in the American. So, but it will be interesting to see how he develops. Luckily, he's got 2 years of eligibility left. So I don't know if this year will just be kind of a one-off year. But he does help fit the mold of what Memphis needs. They need scores. And from what it
Yes,
looks like and what I've
desperately.
seen on his highlight films, is he's nothing but a scorer, which is something Memphis needs. He had offers from Memphis, of course. Duke was interested in him. LSU, Oklahoma, and College of Charleston, my Cougars.
Yep.
They all had firm offers to him. Auburn, Baylor, and South Carolina, along with Duke, were apparently getting ready to offer or try to get him in for a visit. But he ended up choosing Memphis, so we'll see from there. They landed former Houston Cougar, but then he went to FSU, Caleb Mills.
Yes.
A lot of people are high on him. I'm not.
I think he could be a good fit, but he's not the position that I was expecting him to be. I thought he was going to come in and be a point guard. And from everything I've seen, he's more of a 2 or a combo guard.
See, you think that, but he's a slasher. And I think what Penny and them will do, they'll try to. I think he'll be the one on the team, him and Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's probably going to be Mikey's team. You're starting a 6'2", sitting a 6'3" guard in Caleb Williams. Mikey's 6'2".
Yeah.
Caleb Mills averaged 13 and 3. He's not a shooter. He shot 29% from 3 on 4 attempts a game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not good numbers.
Not great.
They added another guy this weekend from Middle Tennessee State. Talik Leonard. Did I pronounce his name right? Taliki?
TFA Leonard.
TFA Leonard.
Yeah, TFA.
I had no idea who this guy was. I looked up his stats. Yeah, it's nothing really to get impressed about.
Yeah. I've got his stat lines right here. Averaged 3.8 points and 4 boards a game as a sophomore. So I believe he has 2 years left also. But
What'd you say for points?
8.3.
I thought you said 3 point something.
Oh, no, 8.3 points and 4 rebounds a game.
He's 6. The issue with him is he's 6'7", but he's small. He's 175. He weighs what I weigh.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, though. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
As of right now, Jonathan Gaboni of ESPN has him as a projected second-round draft pick.
I think he's kind of like, from what I've read on him, he kind of gives you Josh Minot vibes. Freak athlete. You may be able to develop him into something.
Yeah.
But one thing that's hurting Memphis is they don't have a big.
No.
Malcolm is gone. DeAndre Williams. Malcolm is more likely probably not coming. I would probably say he's probably not coming back.
I don't see Malcolm coming back.
I think his knees are shot, and he just wants to move on with his life. If he does, he probably won't come back to Memphis.
No.
He'll probably go down to a smaller level and dominate there. Try to get a bigger contract overseas.
Yeah.
DeAndre Williams is gone. KO was not what we thought he was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chandler can come back, right? Chandler is the youngest one, right?
Yes. Right now.
And Kennedy can't.
Both Chandler and Jonathan are coming back.
Okay, all right. It was Kennedy. Oh, that's Keontae Kennedy. Sorry.
Yeah, Keontae Kennedy is also in the transfer portal.
Well, I hope his broken hand heals because he hurt us. Anyway, I mean, here's the thing: you don't have a big, and you lost Khalil Ware. Ended up going to IU, which I don't think Arkansas is missing. I mean, not Arkansas. Memphis is missing anything with him.
Right.
You got Nick Jourdain, but I think from what I've read and been told is Memphis only went after him just to try to get Khalif Battle.
And right now,
Khalif Battle
unless something changes, On Three has him going to Arkansas.
Hey, and I'll take that, dude. I just want to know how this man didn't win AAC 6th Man of the Year. He averaged 17 and 3 off the bench.
Yeah.
He only started 5 games all year, and he shot 35% from 3 on 8 attempts.
He's a stud.
Yeah. Where was this guy? God, if we would have had him on last year's team, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, but Arkansas has had success with former six man from the American. You know who it is? Ricky Council.
That's right. RC4. That's right.
Ricky Council was a 6-man from Wichita State. Now he's probably played his way into late first, early second round draft pick.
Yeah.
In this year's upcoming draft. And then Arkansas. So we've landed a Khalif. I would say from what I read, it's like a 95% chance we're getting Khalif Battle. Tremont Mark. A lot of people are very high on him from Houston. 10-5. They said, imagine what he can do with a little bit more like teams that showcase him more.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got a guy named Keon Minfield from Washington. 10-3. They said he's a true point guard, so that helps. Arkansas, they just need freaking shooting. But Memphis, a lot of guys, the portal's starting to slow down just because the deadline's coming till June when it reopens, and then you got guys waiting to see it. You have until the end of the month to declare for the draft, or either you're staying or you're going. But you can come back if you don't hire an agent. So you got the guy. A lot of people today on the radio were talking about Adama Sengun. What is it? Sengun?
Adama Sanogo.
Sanogo, yeah. Apparently, for some reason, he's now being linked to Memphis. Explain that to me. Is it just wishes, or is it?
I haven't seen anything concrete except stuff on Twitter. A lot of it has been message board rumors, but apparently Memphis message boards are blowing up, saying, I don't even know where his connection to Memphis is, if I'm being honest. I don't know why he would leave UConn coming off not only a national championship, but the Final Four player of the MVP to come to Memphis. I don't know. I think a lot of it's probably just wishful thinking, if I'm being totally honest.
Speaking of people coming back, a guy I was shocked that's coming back is Kyle Flipkowski from Duke. I thought he was a lock at mid to late first rounder. I'm like, I don't know why this guy's coming back. He averaged 15-9. He was granted he needed to work on his 3-ball a little bit, but the guy was averaging a block a game, 15 point. He was very effective. I believe he was the AAC. He was tournament MVP, the Rookie of the Year, and he was first team All AAC or ACC.
Yeah.
If they get who they had, they had one guy return. What was his name? He was from Australia. Let me see. What was it? Oh, they had Tyrese Proctor, former 5-star, come back. Mm-hmm. If they can get Derek Lively to come back on top of the stuff they have, hey, next year's tournament could be pretty good.
Even without Lively, I think with both of those guys coming back, Duke has worked their way into the conversation for preseason number 1.
I think UConn has it just because who UConn they get. If they get Seguno back, they got Hawkins back, and they got that big 7'2" guy off the bench. I'm more interested in what Zach Edey does at Purdue.
I saw today more than likely Edey comes back.
I mean, does he leave Purdue?
I don't think so.
My thing is, what you won Player of the Year.
Yep.
You won basically all the player awards you can get. The only thing left for you is try to get a national championship, but you haven't been able to make it past the Sweet 16. Yeah.
But the thing with Edey though is, you remember, second round contracts are not guaranteed like first rounds are.
No, it's not. But hear me out though. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. He's not going to be a first round pick. He can make more coming back in NIL money than a second round NBA or G League contract would pay him.
Well, does Purdue have the money to pay him? They are an engineering school.
I think they'd come up with it.
I mean, my thing is, when is your draft stock going to be at an all-time high? Like, look at this. Oscar Steve Thiesway last year was projected to be a late first, early second, and now he's a late second round draft pick.
Yeah, that's
Zach
true.
Edey, you're projected mid to late second. Mid to late second. I don't know why I keep saying first, getting confused, but he's projected to be a mid to late second round draft pick. He can improve it. He's at most going to be maybe. This is a bold take. He could be a high second, but I highly doubt that happens.
Yeah.
Unless he learns to stretch the floor, he'll never be a high second. But if he does, maybe you come back and say, "Hey, Zach, let's work on our 3-ball a little bit."
Mm-hmm. And you have to think too. The older it gets, weirdly enough, the older it gets, the more he's going to fall in draft order.
Well, that's kind of like with Seguno from UConn. Is if you come back, you say, hey, he was knocking down 3 balls at the end of the tournament. You say, hey, why don't you come back? Hurley will be like, yeah, we can develop your 3-shot, help you get higher in the draft rankings.
Yeah.
Versus you being the classic old school big guy who's not the best defender, a little undersized, and you play below the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like an X.
Yeah.
Except X was a little bit better coming out of college. So, I don't know. I think if you're Edey, I think you go. When is your stock going to be this high again? It's not.
It won't.
And even if that, you bank on yourself, he'll get a 2-way contract. Great.
Oh yeah.
He could make more as a college guy, maybe, but take the risk, maybe. Pray somebody falls in love with you. Get a little Terrence Davis love going. Bet on himself. So that's some portal stuff going on. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Who finally? We got some guys, a bunch of guys. Like I know Arkansas's got guys that are literally saying, "Hey, we're testing the waters. We're going to wait and see."
Yeah.
Memphis, nobody's really testing the waters. It'd be interesting to see who all does return, and could Musa Cisse be coming home?
Stop it.
To the #1 international learning school, Lausanne. He's coming back home to Memphis.
Stop it.
He's
quote the great
hero.
Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
He's the hero we need. Starkey, let's jump into our next one. Did you watch the Masters at all?
I did not. I couldn't do it.
So you were probably the only person in the country that didn't watch the Masters.
I'll wear that. Every time. Okay. I told my wife this the other day. Every year I tell myself, this is the year. I'm going to get into golf. I'm going to watch the Masters. I'm going to become the American guy that finally gets into golf. And every year, something much more entertaining, like watching paint dry, or watching grass grow, or clipping my fingernails. Something else comes up that's much more entertaining, and I just can't do it.
I'm kind of insulted you said paint. No, dude, the Masters is the best thing to watch. Especially listen to this fact. So the Masters was projected to make $70 million in merch sales that week. That's $10 million a day, $1 million an hour, $16,000 a minute, and $277 every second the Masters went on.
That's insane.
Well, you got to think. You know how much hats are? $80. You know how much a polo is? About $150.
Yeah, that's true.
You're paying for the name, but you go there, you buy an $80 hat, then you go get a nice little pimento and cheese for $2. Concession stand prices there are always reasonable price. Here's one thing a lot of people were talking about. Was it a bigger choke job by Brooks Koepka, or was it John Rahm playing having the final 2 days of his life, or playing the tournament of his life?
I think it was a bigger choke job by Koepka.
Dude, it all started on that when he shanked that shot. I was like, I sat there and they're talking about it too. They're going, yeah. What does Kepka need to do to continue on to win this? I'm like, yeah, they're jinxing. They're literally they're still in the front nine. I'm like, dude, they need to shut up.
Yeah.
And they had I forgot who was they had the former winner on. He's like, man, you just know that you have 3 strokes ahead, but you play your game. It's yours to win. And then kapunk. How about this? The fact Phil Mickelson played the Masters of his life, was finished 7 under on the final day to tie for second place, and I think he was maybe on TV 5 times that day.
Yeah.
The LIV guys did not get much love.
Oh no. No
It
love for
was
the leader.
pretty. My boy Cam Smith, I barely saw him. I only saw him when nobody else was playing, and he sucked. Day 1, we were 2 under. I was like, oh, hey, man, we're in it. We got this. And then even day 2, and then we were +3. I was like, son of a gun. This Cam Smith one, your boy Spieth looked great the last day. 6 under.
Yeah.
Came
Jordan
on strong. A lot of people were worried about him. I was like, Jordan. And then let's talk about Tiger. Before about that, what about the tree falling? You didn't see the tree fell? It was all over the TV, news, Twitter.
Missed it.
It was on Friday, yeah, before they canceled it for the day. I forgot what, I think it was like maybe 15th hole. I'm probably wrong. I'm just guessing. They had a tree fall. It was like 3, it was like 3 pine trees fell down.
That's not good.
Yeah, people were running. People were underneath it when it fell, but like no one they moved before it landed, but like it was yeah.
Oh wow.
You didn't see that? Jesus.
I missed
Why
it.
do you hate golf?
I just can't do it.
Is it because you can't? Okay, so you don't like golf because you're not good at it.
I've never played a round of golf.
Okay, we'll have to fix that one day.
Okay.
If you play it, trust me, you'll start. But it is one of the most expensive sports to get into.
Yeah. Golf to me is NASCAR to most people.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but golf is like you just sit there. My kid was watching it with me on Saturday morning. Before we went egg hunting, it was me and her in the recliner. We were just sitting there. I was drinking out of my master's cup. She was drinking out of her sippy cup. We were just sitting there and we were watching it. Mainly Tiger. But dude, the Tiger one, I kind of knew on day 2 when he hit that bunker shot, you saw him grimace with pain. You're like, oh crap, this is the end for Tiger.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I think what really got Tiger was the weather delay and him literally having to finish his second round and then have to turn right back again and play round 3 like on 3 hours. He basically had to play almost like 27 holes in one day. And for Tiger, you're like, he can barely play 18.
Yeah, for sure.
He ended up. I remember everybody was so nervous. I was like panicking. It was the cut line was 2 over on day 2 technically going into the third round. So it was Rahm, I think it was Gee or Lee, something like that, and then Justin Thomas were all +2, and Tiger birdied I think 15 or 16. He birdied one of them, got down to 1 over. So you're like, okay, Tiger, you left I think it was 16 he birdied. You're like, Tiger, this just all you have to do is play perfect golf. Just par 1 hole and you're in. You're guaranteed in. Bogey 17. Bogey's 18, +3, and you're like, Tiger ain't gonna make it. And then luckily, Justin Thomas and the other guy, it literally ended up doing the exact same thing. They ended up bogeying, and the cut line got moved to 3. And you're like, thank the good Lord.
Yeah.
And so Tiger made the cut, and then Tiger withdrew.
Like immediately after making the cut.
You're like, why? Well, no, he played a little, but then you saw the condition because they had to pause again.
Yeah.
And the guy Sunday morning, it was terrible. Everybody was over par. It was so cold. The balls were reading terrible, hit terrible. It was just It was all the stuff. It was definitely one of the longest. I was hoping they just postpone it to Monday. That would give me something fun to watch at work, but they didn't. And then you got Mr. John Rahm ended up becoming the fourth Spaniard to ever win the Masters. So excited for you. I wish I would have picked him because I watched some YouTubers called Bob Does Sports. Sorry, I'll have to send you. They're pretty funny. I'll send you the list. They're hysterical to watch.
Okay.
They had Rahm when they were playing with him in one of their little challenges they do in weekly videos. I saw his like how he was like demeanor. I was like, dude, why did I not pick this guy? He's going to win the freaking Masters, and then he ended up winning it. Let's jump into NFL news. But before we do that, somehow we have more sponsors.
Hey, people are starting to love us.
Apparently. I probably should have done this one with the golf message, but folks, our newest sponsor of the podcast is Shank It Golf. They have tons of cool golf athletic dry fit polyester polos, hats, all kinds of cool designs from hats, polos. So if you're not into golf but you just want to look a little stylish, hey, have at it. They have tons of great apparel. I think Starkey has even found a couple of shirts that he likes that he may get, like the donut polo, or maybe the leopard print. I'm personally a big fan of the leopard print. I may buy that for myself and wear it to work one day.
I can possibly pull off a leopard print polo in the
Folks,
one.
Hey, they're great. Hey, you definitely get people attention during church, Starkey. But folks, they have tons of great stuff there. They have gloves, hats, ball covers, or driver covers, putter covers. They have golf bags. They have anything you can think of. They have it. They're adding more and more stuff to their site every single day. You can use. We're going to put the URL link in our description, and then we're also going to attach the discount as well. If you use code Jared Cox, I got to change it to Bald Online Podcast, but use code Jared Cox for 15% off any purchase towards anything you want. They're all great deals, great fit apparel. I've got a couple of shirts on the way they gave me, so we're going to go from there. I'm going to wear them. Hopefully they come in time. I'm going to wear them on next week's podcast.
Looking forward to
folks, it. Shank It Golf. You'll love them. We love them. We're glad they're a new sponsor of the podcast.
Absolutely.
Snarky. NFL news, we're 16 days away from the draft. Really no big trades. I don't think we'll see a trade till probably till draft day.
Probably not. One semi-big one, I guess, happened today, but nothing super.
Who was the trade? Oh, Jeff
Aduga.
Yeah, that one. I think he was injury prone. It sucks they got rid of him because I think he had a lot of potential. He was never the player he was at Ohio State.
I will say this though, Atlanta is putting together a quiet, like a sneaky good offseason.
They won't win.
They're okay. They're putting together a sneaky good defense. Let me put it like that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
They still need a ton of help on offense.
They finally got a decent quarterback in Heineke, but besides Pitts, they don't really have any other offensive weapons.
Yeah.
And Pitts really hasn't even been a weapon in 2 years in the NFL.
Right.
Was he got like 2 touchdowns? 1 touchdown?
Yeah, not many.
I think he's got less than 2, 3. I don't think it's 2 touchdowns at that. So, so today, the Vegas has updated. FanDuel and Vegas have updated their odds to go number 1. Now Bryce Young has now overtaken C.J. Stroud, going number 1 to the Panthers. I still think Stroud will go back up to 1.
For the sake of Bryce Young's career, I hope he goes to Carolina.
But I can tell you this now: whatever you wake up that Thursday morning and see who's the favorite, that's gonna be the first overall pick. Vegas, they're always right on it.
Yep.
They're always right on who's going number 1. So if you see C.J. Stroud, let's see if Anthony Richardson jumps from, I think he's right now 3rd or 4th best odds to go 1. If you see Anthony Richardson jumped to 1. Yeah, he's going number 1. Vegas always has it right. Just like the Baker Mayfield draft in 2017 or 2018. It was all Sam Darnold, everybody else, and then day of the draft, boop, Baker Mayfield.
I remember.
And last year with Travon Walker.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
But I think it'd be interesting to see this. I have been seeing more and more stuff. People are projecting that Titans are trying to do everything they can to move up to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, Tannehill's not a bad quarterback. Granted, he's old, but here's my thing.
Tannehill can get you 2 or 3 games.
Here's my thing. Why are you trying to move up when you're in rebuild mode?
I think the thing is they realized that they missed on Willis. And they need someone to.
We only had a small sample size, though.
We saw enough.
And what assets? Who did he have the ball to throw it to? He had no weapons. You had a banged-up Derrick Henry. Traylon Burks was hurt half the year. You had Austin Hooper at tight end. You literally had nobody. So you can't. I think it's a little early to pass the judgment on Malik Willis just because he has nobody to throw the ball to.
I think it was overrated coming out of Liberty, but that's just me.
I was high on him. I still have a little bit of faith. My thing is, but you're in total rebuild mode. Why would you not just tank and then get Caleb Williams next year?
Because he's not leaving Los Angeles.
Y'all have a 1 next year?
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way y'all get the number 1 draft pick with a healthy Cooper Kupp. And
right now we're projected to have the number 2 pick.
Do you really think y'all can get him? No, because y'all would do some dumb trade and trade your 1 to get somebody else, trying to make one more title run.
I think we tank this year. I think the Rams tank.
They're not going to tank. No way. Stop it. But I have the Titans are looking more. So for the first time ever, we could have quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, and 4 if the Titans or Titans or Raiders jumped, because somebody's going to trade up.
And I believe it was yesterday, news broke that multiple teams have been talking to the Cardinals at 3 to move up for a quarterback.
And it's predominantly, from what I've been reading, it's the Colts. Just because if you love Anthony Richardson or you love Will Levis, you try to get him right then.
So, okay, hear me out with that, though. If, let's just say you are Indianapolis and you love Richardson or Levis, you know Arizona's more than likely taking Will Anderson. Why would you trade up when you could get one of those 2 at 4?
You said, why would you trade up, or
why would you not trade up? Why would you trade up when you can get one of those 2 at 4 if Young goes 1 and Stroud goes 2?
Because I think both Anthony and Will Levis are going to be bust. But I think you solidify. You're getting the guy you want. New coaching staff, they want their guy. You give your new coach a shot. Get the personnel he wants in there with him at all times. Give him the quarterback he wants. You've never taken, and you haven't taken a quarterback in the first round since Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
The last times Indy has taken quarterbacks in the first round has looked out pretty good for them.
Yeah, I think so.
Except, one just retired on them middle of the game.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, if you're Indy, if you love Anthony Richardson and you hear Arizona's thinking of trading back to either Los Angeles or Tennessee, especially your interdivision rival, your division rival, you everything in your power to get the guy you want that you think is going to help carry you to the next level.
Yeah.
But Indy's always shown the thing. They've never been aggressive. They've always been the team that trades back. So I think if you love one of the guys, you're doing everything in your power to make sure you get them. Kind of like if you look at this, go back to the Markelle Fultz trade back with Jason Tatum. I think it was 2017. I think 20.
Something like that. Yeah.
Markelle, the 76ers were at 3. They wanted, what was it? What year was it? It was 2017. Haha. They wanted Markelle Fultz. The 76ers did. And they had the 3rd pick.
Yeah, that's true.
Celtics had the 1 pick. The Celtics were like, hey, we're taking Fultz. Make us a good offer.
Mm-hmm.
If you find, and basically what it is, my story is basically you find a guy you love, you're going to do everything in your power to get him.
Yeah.
Like Carolina, they didn't need a quarterback I don't think they needed one. You just have to corral a lot of people. Had a second round, late first, second round grade on them last year. You should have maybe given him a shot, but hey, new coaching staff, you find a guy you love seeing it, whether it be Bryce Young or Stroud, you're going to do everything in your power to get your guy in there.
Yeah.
And develop around them. So, basically, if I'm the Colts, if I find Arizona's seriously talking to the Raiders or the Titans, if I'm Indy and I love one of the guys, I'm doing everything in my power to secure my pick.
Yeah.
And even that means move up to, unless you love, let's say AR-15 goes 3, and if you're fine with having Will Levis as the face of your franchise, have freaking at it.
Right.
Or maybe you say, hey, maybe we'll go Hendon Hooker. I don't think he'll go, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
basically true. If you love the coaching staff loves the guy, they're going to, especially these new ones. Because your window, you maybe have a 2, 3, 4 year window. I probably have a 2, 4 year coaching window as a coach. And you're doing your power to show the staff, hey, this is our guy. We're going to surround him with the tools. And if he fails, that's our job.
Yeah.
And let's say you wanted Will Levis, he goes 3, and you're stuck with Anthony Richardson. Will Levis is a god, and Anthony Richardson sucks. And then you look like an idiot.
Right.
Because you didn't want to give up 2 firsts for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, for sure.
That's basically what it is. And then we had Odell finally got signed. I think it shocked everyone.
I know it did me.
Here's the thing that pisses me off, I really don't understand, is how did the Ravens pay Odell, who's had 2 torn ACLs, was a 32-year-old wide receiver?
Mm-hmm.
They can pay him $15 million guaranteed, but they can't pay Lamar a fully guaranteed contract. Granted, we're talking about a lot more money, but
yeah.
And I still don't think that helps Baltimore, just because I love Odell. I think he's a great person. He's a funny guy. He's a good receiver. I wish we would have got him, but he's not a wide receiver 1.
No, especially in Baltimore. He's going to be the second, maybe the third option.
No, he'll be too.
Number one is Mark Andrews for sure. The offense flows through the tight end.
I'm sorry, he's 30.
Oh, he's only 30?
Yeah, he's your age.
Wow, thank you for that.
Hey, no problem, buddy. But here's the thing, though. In Lamar's career, when has Lamar ever had an elite, true wide receiver 1? Never. Hollywood Brown
can.
No, Bateman is not a 1. I mean, Bateman's never been good. I mean, he's never had a true 1. And you can't count Mark Andrews.
Yeah, he's a tight end.
Exactly. So you can't count him. So when has he had a true 1?
He hasn't.
Exactly. So, yet you've had all this stuff. you go get Odell, an old wide receiver, to be your. Granted, this is the guy that he wanted, but I mean, you had Michael Crabtree. Okay, Michael Crabtree was washed. That was his rookie year. 2019, they draft who they have. Let's see. 2019, they had a rookie Hollywood Brown. So he's never had a true one on his team.
Yeah.
And you're giving him Odell, a 30-year-old tight end who hasn't a wide receiver who took a year off to recover from a knee. Terrible move, but hey, it keeps Lamar happy, and I think it just puts you one step closer to maximizing his, just getting that full max contract in.
Yeah.
So let's jump into our next segment and our last one of the night. Starkey, I think we have a new ad read.
We do. We have a new sponsor. We teased them a little bit last week, but thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode and for sponsoring all of our YouTube videos. Jared, have you ever heard the phrase, "It's okay not to be okay"?
Yes, I have.
Well, that phrase could not be more true. And if this describes any of our listeners, we want y'all to know that you are not alone. Over 50 million adults and over 7 million teenagers in our country suffer from some sort of mental health issue. And we want to try to help because we want the best for our listeners. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether that's text or call or video chat. BetterHelp wants to help you. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for you, you can change therapist with a switch of a button at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from an in-office therapy, but the therapist is custom picked for you and has very flexible scheduling. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/balldon'tlie. That's better, HELP.com/balldon'tlie, all lowercase, no apostrophe.
Yeah, apparently we're doing something right. More people want to sponsor us. Weird. Before we do that, though, we get into the heart of the playoffs. We have to pay homage to Mr. Udonis Haslem.
Yes, we do.
And what could be one of his final games to ever play, Udonis Haslem went out with style.
He did. He went out with a bang for sure.
See, you keep forgetting he's on the team. Udonis went out on Sunday against the Orlando Magic with 24 points and made 3 threes.
Yeah. And probably his last home game as a Heat.
Do you know how many games Udonis Haslem has played in since 2016? Or I'm sorry, 2017.
2017? I'm going to say
2017.
I'm going to say it's less than 100.
And it's less than that. Way less than that.
How many? 35.
16, 30, 40, 44, 45. He's played in 66 games.
Oh, wow.
66 games since
2017. In 6 seasons, has not even played a full season.
Yeah. Looking at it, his last big season he played in was 2015-16. He played in 37 games.
Okay.
And before that, he was kind of a regular piece in the rotation and starting lineup. He was a big starter from 2003 to 2009, 2010. Came off the bench. And then during the LeBron era, he started or he came off the bench. It was a kind of hit or miss most games. Mm-hmm. But shout out to you, Udonis Haslem. Could be end of a great career. Who knows what's next? His great grandkids were also at his final game cheering him on, sitting at his rocker.
That's insane.
Feels like he's been playing since my dad was a little kid. And that was in the 60s. But yeah, let's jump into it. So, you know what I feel bad for? Is all the fans that go to these games at the end of the year. Maybe it's the only I think OKC Grizzlies. Some kid probably got OKC Grizzly tickets as a Christmas gift, and that was the only game they came to him after the end of the year. Just hypothetically, I think we were already there once early in the year. But
Yeah.
and you go there, and you know who's freaking playing? Kenny Lofton Jr.
Nobody.
You're literally starting. The Grizzlies had 6 guys active on Sunday. And that was the same way across all the entire NBA. Is the past literally week, nobody played. Nobody played. Now, granted, there were a couple of teams who were jockeying for position. They let their guys still play on, but like the Grizzlies, we played our guys, rest of the game. Played our guys, rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Same with everybody else. And that's what killed me in freaking fantasy basketball. I feel like I could have had a championship run. I ended up finishing 3rd. I beat Eric.
Well done. Well done.
And I came back. Ended up, if I had a couple guys healthy, if they didn't shut down Dame the rest of the year, I probably would have won.
Yeah.
But yeah, it pisses me off. But Sunday, man, I love it. Our boy Slow-Mo made national headlines.
Yes, he did.
God.
Yes, he did. Not for a great reason, but he did make national headlines nonetheless.
Yeah, it was for a great reason. I hate Rudy Gobert. So apparently, heat of the game, apparently Kyle says to Rudy, hey man, go block some more shots. Rudy says, why don't you get more rebounds? And then a couple explicits were thrown, and then Rudy throws a punch.
Yep.
And then he runs off a little. And Taurean Prince, dude, what the crap? Does no one on the Timberwolves like Rudy Gobert?
I don't think so.
Because Taurean Prince, man, was ready to fight that guy.
Yes. Either they don't like Rudy or they just love Slow-Mo, one of the two.
I mean, I wish we could have kept Slow-Mo, but yeah, and then after the game you have this gets so apparently somebody caught this audio of Kyle Anderson talking to a Timberwolves employee. Oh, I'm sorry, a Timberwolves employee recorded this. I read wrong. He goes, y'all kiss his A way too much. Telling me to focus? What is wrong? F is wrong with you? Y'all got a decision this summer to make. He said, F is wrong with y'all. Y'all got a decision to make this summer. Basically, Kyle signed a 1-year deal, or I think a 2-year, 3-year deal. I think it was a 2-year deal. And then they literally traded their entire franchise for Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
I said this from the get-go. I've been told by many people, oh my gosh, you were so right on this trade. I was like, yeah, I told you the Rudy Gobert trade is terrible.
Yes.
He's soft. He's no longer that interior shot guy you want.
No.
Him and Cat can't play well together. Mm-hmm. You gave up your entire bench for him, and your whole team hates him. And here's the thing. You're going to get nothing back comparable to what you gave up.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
And here's the thing. And to make matters worse, they suspended him for tonight's playing game. Which, as soon as I saw that come across, I'm like, crap. Because they're like, okay, that's the guy they can throw on Anthony Davis, help lock down the paint. Anthony Davis won't beat us, or he won't kill us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a trade. They traded.
I was trying to pull it up too.
Pat Bev, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, Leonardo Baltimore, draft rights to Walker Kessler, in addition to four first-round draft picks and a pick swap in 2026 for Rudy Gobert.
Absolute fleece.
I mean, we said that when it happened, but yeah, now you're looking more and more. I've been hearing more and more people say every single day that Rudy Gobert trade is the worst trade in NBA history.
Yeah, I can get behind that easy.
Just the fact you gave up basically 5 picks for a 32. Well, how old is he? I think he's 32. I keep saying everybody's 32. I know he's 30. Dang it, he's Starkey's age. When were you born?
92.
Well, no, wait, what month again?
Oh, December.
December. Yeah, no, he's older than you.
Well, that's good. That makes me feel a little better.
He'll be 31 in June. But here's a little fun fact for you. But it's just, dude, and then they suspend him. I get you got to, but come on, we need you, Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Oh, to make matters worse, JD McDaniels punches the wall. Walking out of the stadium, fractures his hand.
Makes no sense.
One of your best offensive weapons and your best wing defender breaks his hands.
Make it make sense.
Here's the thing, good God, quit punching stuff. I mean, I almost broke my hand a few times back in the day punching walls in the locker room and all that, but I guess I wasn't strong enough. But dude, stop it. It's concrete. It's metal. Stop it.
It will win.
I get you're pissed off y'all lost.
Channel your energy into something much more productive.
But so the entire city of Memphis is literally praying for a miracle tonight.
Yes. And that game tips off in about 15 minutes.
I need Anthony Edwards to have the game of his life.
Yes.
I just think I don't even want to play the I don't even want to play the Timberwolves. That's a tough matchup.
It's not that we want to play the Timberwolves. It's that we really don't want to play the Lakers.
And it's not the fact that I'm scared of, like, oh my gosh, we're going to lose. It's just the fact that you're playing LeBron. He's going to get all the calls.
I don't want to play playoff AD. Well, playoff AD legitimately scares me.
Anthony Davis is literally a stub toe away from being shut down for the rest of the year.
Oh, that's very true.
I need Kermit Willis. Or I need Kermit Wiltz. I'm sorry. I need Anthony Edwards to channel his inner Kermit Wiltz tonight. I need Ant to drop 50 points.
As long as he doesn't channel his inner Kermit Davis, will be fine.
Ooh. But so winner moves on and plays the Grizzlies, and you're just praying tonight that the Grizzlies will be playing the Timberwolves in a 7-game series.
Yep.
Because playing the Lakers, that's a 7-game series, unfortunately.
Easy, yes.
And honestly, the less games you play, the better, because more rests, less wear. Granted, we're like the 3rd youngest team in the NBA, but still less wear and tear on the Grizzlies, and plus for Desmond Bane's sake, we need it.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the Grizzlies. We had a great ending to the season. We ended up clinching the 2 seed. Kenny Lofton has now been converted to a full-time contract. Ended up dropping 42 points, 14 rebounds, and 0 assists. But at what cost, Stocky? At what cost?
Kennedy Chandler.
I feel like you were almost in tears a little on Sunday. Not for the resurrection, just for the fact that Kennedy Chandler got cut.
It was a very emotional day for me, for sure.
It was a numbers thing. We have no bigs.
We don't.
And he's a guard who's expensible.
Sad day. It just makes me sad. The one player that I was excited about from the draft, we actually got him, signed him to a multi-year contract. He was on a 4-year deal.
The highest guaranteed contract for a second rounder in NBA history.
In NBA history is a 4-year, $7 million contract. Nope. He gone.
Well, he'll get picked up somewhere. He'll probably have a decent career. Unfortunately, it won't be with the Grizzlies
It won't be with the Grizz.
because you can't really move Lofton back down. Nah, they won't move him back to a two-way, but
No, I don't think they can.
I think you will have Jacob Gilliard expanded. He'll get released and he'll go back to the G League, and that leaves you a two-way spot open. So we'll see.
You're not moving Vince off a two-way.
No, with Vince, you give Vince one more year, and if you see development, then and that 3-and-D guy that you thought you were getting, hey, there we go. But it sucks for Kennedy. I think everybody in the city of Memphis was rooting for him. We were happy.
Yeah.
Memphis is now 1-4 when they have former local kids on the team.
Yep.
Can you name them?
Kennedy. Another former Vol, whose name is escaping me right now.
He tweeted, been sitting up in the Raptors watching the Grizzlies. Ooh, Jarnell Stokes.
Jarnell Stokes, yes.
Okay.
So we got Casey, Jarnell. We got I'm trying to blank now.
He's dead.
Lorenzen?
Lorenzen.
Okay, yeah. I knew Lorenzen played for both, but I didn't know if he was from here. I couldn't remember if he was from here or not. And then I'm blanking on the fourth one.
I think they've only had four total, so it'll be 1-3. He played at Duke for a year and then came back to Memphis. Played during Pastner's first year, the NIT year. Went to St. George High School. McDonald's All-American.
I'm blanking.
Elliot Williams.
See,
former first round draft pick who just kept getting injury riddled and couldn't make an outside jump shot to save his life.
See, I forget Elliot was a Grizz.
It was very short lived.
That explains it. That tracks.
I think they had another guy. I can't remember his name. He played at some small college, like Belmont or something like that. He's from Memphis, but I think they're like 1-4. Nah, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Let me see. I mean, like real. I think I found it. What's his name? I can't think. I can't find it. But yeah, they had another guy. He was like during like the 2012, 2013 year, I think. No, yeah, I think it was. But yeah, we've had like 4 guys play for the Grizzlies, and only one of them has ever made it like more than 2 seasons.
Yeah,
or more than a season. I'm not, and I don't count local Tiger guys. It's got to be like born in Memphis, played for the Grizzlies, and not looking good. Not a good track record. But let's go. Let's jump into the playoffs now. I'm afraid of. I don't know how far. People keep asking me how far will we go. I don't know.
See, I think it depends on who we get in the first round.
I've been telling people the first round is our toughest matchup. I'm not worried about round 2 because here's a hot take for you. I don't think Golden State makes it out of round 1.
I hope not.
Like the beam.
1,000%. Let's go Sacramento for sure.
And I think honestly, you're way better than Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you lost the season series, but that's fine. It's playoff time. I think Sacramento can pull off the upset in round 1.
I hope so. I truly hope so.
And then I'm praying. Here's what I would love to happen in a dream world. This is a dream world, Starkey. Lakers Nuggets.
Okay.
Lakers win. This is the dream world for round 1. Clippers, Suns. Clippers. And then Kings, Warriors. Kings. And then Grizzlies, Timberwolves. Grizzlies. All that's separating you from a NBA Finals run is the Clippers.
Yeah.
Or Lakers. One of those two. And the Clippers swept the Lakers this year.
Mm-hmm.
But granted, there's no timeline on when PG-13 is going to be back, so I don't know. That's just a dream world. I think it's going to be gun to my head. I think it's going to be Nuggets, Pelicans.
Okay.
I think Nuggets move on, of course, and then it's Nuggets versus Suns. And then it's Warriors, Kings. I think the Kings. I firmly do believe the Kings will win the series. And then Grizzlies, Lakers, and we win in 7. And then it's you playing the Kings for a chance to go to the second ever Western Conference Finals. And hear me out, though. If the Suns win, guess what that means?
If the Suns win, it means we get home court advantage, correct?
Correct. We've only lost 6 times this year at home.
Yep.
I love that. You take it, you run with it. But in a dream, you don't know if you just pray the Timberwolves can win tonight, and you pray the Kings win. We're doing a lot of praying the next couple days. Playoff starts. We still haven't announced what time we're playing, and what's going to suck is Chris Vernon made a good point on yesterday's show. Is look at it. You have a chance. We have a chance to be playing all West Coast teams.
Yeah.
Which means all 10 o'clock tip-offs.
Yeah.
I'm going to hate life.
Yep.
I'm going to hate it with a passion. I am not ready for that physically or emotionally. But I'm excited for it. Playoff basketball's here. Last year we had a second round exit. I think this year you can make a run, but the thing is, you'll go as far as Jaren Jackson Jr. will take you. Not Ja.
Yep. Not Ja.
Not Bane. If Jaren can stay out of foul trouble, Jaren will take you to the promised land.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
The thing is, though, your rotation is going to be very slim. So right now the starting line is going to be Ja, Bane, DB, Jaren, and X. Okay. After that, you got Santi, Tyus, and Kennard. Those are your 3 locks coming off the bench.
Yep.
I would say you have to throw Roddy in there.
You have to throw Roddy in there for sure.
For just a backup 4.
Yep.
And then call me crazy. And I say you have to play Jitty. Jitty is your backup to DB. How the pecking order goes is when DB has come out and begin the season throughout is DB and Jitty. And Jitty's your wing defender. He helps guard your best perimeter guy. And probably the first round, you're going to be using a lot of Jitty.
Yeah.
If you get the Lakers. Because we all know this. We're not going to get a single freaking call.
Nope.
It's all going to go to LA. And DB would not be able to play the game he can play. He's not going to be the menace. The refs, anytime he touches LeBron, even like a normal one, foul. You just gotta pray DB can keep his cool.
Yeah.
And then you got I don't know. It's gonna be a tough series.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I'm not worried about the Timberwolves. It'll be a tough one, but I'm 100% confident we'll win that one easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably put. Honestly, I was doing some reading today too. They may suspend Rudy Gobert for the play. Like they just may say, "Hey, Rudy, we're done with you."
Yeah.
The team's done with you. That was just like a fan post on Reddit. People were posting about just like saying, "Hey, we're done with Rudy Gobert," stuff like that. Just some areas, but You get you get the Timberwolves. You got Mike Conley, who is literally the floor general. You put Ja on him. You put DB on Bane, or DB on Ant.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have Jaden McDaniels anymore, so they put slow mo to the front. So you put DB on him.
Yeah.
And then you put X on Cat and Jaren on Rudy.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's all day, baby. It's all freaking day. Whereas the Lakers,
sorry, go ahead.
with the Lakers real fast, you're gonna put DB on LeBron, Bane on Russell. You'll put Ja on Reeves, and then you'll Vanderbilt. You put Jaren on Vanderbilt, and you put X on Anthony Davis.
Why would you not put Tripp on AD?
Chill out. So Vanderbilt can't stretch the floor. He's always going to be in the paint. I'm not going to take Jaren out of the paint.
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
And LeBron and Reeves are kind of two guys, especially LeBron is a guy that's going to go to the paint every single time. I want Jaren in there contesting shots.
Yeah.
You put him on Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, they can just stretch the floor and say, hey, take him out. Like, Anthony Davis is a great mid-range shooter, and you're taking Jaren out of the paint where he belongs.
Right.
So, it's like I've said, Jaren is a 4 on offense and a 5 on defense, theoretically.
Yep.
That's why him and BC have thrived together forever, because you let Brandon play the floor 4 on defense, and he plays the 5 on offense. And that's where Jaren and BC have thrived together. Chaos lineup. And then you got Malik Beasley off the bench there, which I'm not worried. Timberwolves aren't deep. They just have Anthony Edwards, and basically what they do is just spread the core out, and it's Anthony Davis 1v1 DB, and you'll get the calls in that series.
Yeah.
So, the Western Conference, we just had the Hawks beat the Heat, so the Heat have to now play the winner of the Bulls, and who was it? I just had it pulled up. Sorry. They play the winner of the Bulls and Raptors, which I think is going to be a good game.
And they have to win that twice. They have to beat them twice, don't they?
No.
Oh, no.
It's double. So the 8-9 is single. The 9-10 is single elimination. The winner of 8-9 gets a chance. It's double elimination for them. So you remember the year we were in it? We beat San Antonio in that 7 and that 8. I don't know why I keep saying that, in that 9-10 game.
Mm-hmm.
And we had played Golden State for the 8 seed.
Yeah.
So the winner of the 7-8 gets 7, and then the loser plays the winner of 9-10, and winner of the 8 versus let's say 8 versus 9 gets to go play the number 1 seed.
Gotcha.
So I think it'd be good. I'm still riding. I don't think anybody beats Milwaukee.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think anybody beats Milwaukee. Hey, I have a joke for you. It's a little dark. Are you ready for it?
Sure. We'll go with that.
You know, this isn't the first time guards have let down the city of Dallas before. You don't know the reference, do you? Luka and Kyrie are guards. They let down Dallas this year.
That's very true.
You still don't know the other reference, do you? The first time this happened. JFK security guards.
Oh. I was thinking the Cowboys offensive line.
Ooh, okay. Our line's not the problem. It's Dak. Dak's the problem there.
Yikes.
You like that one, didn't you? A little dark.
That's super dark.
But a little funny. But before we end the show, here's the thing. What is a worse trade for you? the Kyrie trade or the Rudy Gobert trade. So, Rudy Gobert trade, you gave up 4 guys, or basically three guys that play meaningful minutes for you. Walker Kessler Wright, and 5 draft picks. The Kyrie one is a little bit interesting, though, just because you didn't give up that much, but it's what you gave up to get him.
Yeah.
And it's how bad you fell apart. So with the Kyrie one, they traded Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, and a 29 first rounder and 2 second round draft picks.
I still think
And
the worst
went from the 4 seed to the 11 seed. And wait, one more thing. Sorry. And right now, they may be losing their first round draft pick this year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The NBA is investigating them for tanking.
That's true. Yes.
And if they are caught, they lose their first round draft pick this year.
As bad as that is, and as bad as Dallas, as bad as Dallas got wiped the floor with, I still think the worst trade's the Minnesota-Utah one. Just because of what they gave up for the future.
So my thing is, I think I'm basing off right now for mine. I think right now they screwed up the most, the Mavericks did, because you went from the 4 seed to the 11 seed.
Yeah. Oh,
you may not be able to keep Kyrie, because who knows what Kyrie's going to do this offseason.
Kyrie may not think, or he may wake up one day and say, I don't want to play basketball. I just don't like basketball.
I'm just going to go write a book, watch the Hitler documentary again.
Oof.
Well, it's true. He would. It's Kyrie. I think the Kyrie one's worse because you gave up 2 great wing defenders in Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. 2 guys that are great wing defenders, in my opinion. Yeah. Underrated. That helped kind of Luka's flaws on defense for Kyrie, who's not a wing defender, not really a defender at all. And you had them under contract versus Kyrie, you literally took a rental. And you hurt your team even more. And Kyrie's not a good locker room guy. So to me, I think the Kyrie one was worse. Just for this season. Long term, I think they're going to move either Cat or Rudy this offseason. I think it's going to be Cat gets moved before Rudy, just because I don't think anyone's going to touch Rudy.
Yeah.
So, I do think the root of all the Mavericks' problems was when they traded for Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, yeah, that was the beginning of the end for the Mavs.
So right now, their pick this year is lottery is top 10 protected.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're trying to do is that's why they tanked. It's what the NBA, because that was the Porzingis trade pick. If they get within the top 10, the pick's gone. They don't own it anymore. They finally get rid of it, and they're out of debt. Kind of like how we were with Boston. So I think that's what Mark Cuban and them were trying to do. But hey, we'll see. Shut him down, and now they're worried. Reports were coming that they're worried that Luka may want out in 2024. Luka came back and said, I'm going to stay. I'm happy here. Get Luka out of there.
Luka deserves better.
Hey, I saw a trade today, and this one was going to make you cry a little. It was Trae Young to the Clippers.
Why?
For Paul George.
Just why?
And then there was one for them trading Eric Gordon, Terrence Mann, and Bones Highland and 2 first-round draft picks for just Trae Young. I was like, Jesus. That's Trae Young, PG, and Kawhi. Holy cow. If Kawhi ever wants to play.
That would be a return to old school Clippers basketball.
Hey, that's also the reason why I wish we got the Clippers. I'm not afraid of the Clippers just because you don't know what Kawhi is going to do.
Right.
Even in the playoffs, Kawhi could say, "Yeah, my knee's a little stiff today. I'm shutting it down."
Yeah.
Kawhi, there's 2 minutes left. We're down by 5. Yeah, I'm shutting it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Not my problem.
I'm just gonna sit here in my New Balances
Yep.
and just I'm a funny guy
Just count money.
with his ginormous hands. Folks, I think that's going to do it for today. We've rambled enough. We'll be back better the next week. We're getting you ready for the NFL draft. Hopefully the Grizzlies are still in the playoffs. We should be by next week, but hopefully we're up 1-0 going into a 2-0 game.
Let's hope so.
And going into a 2-0 game, or going in up 1-0 going into game 2. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Words are hard. I'm tired. My kid woke me up at 4:30 this morning.
Time for you to go to bed.
Amen to that. Folks, it's been real. Y'all be safe out there. And remember, ball don't lie.
Bye, y'all.